Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We've got a fantastic, beautifully simple story lined up for you today called The Child Who Helped His Parents. It really packs a massive emotional and educational punch, diving deep into things like responsibility, empathy, and what it really means to be part of a family. So let's just jump right into it.
So, before we meet our main character, I've got a quick question for you to think about. Do you actually help your parents out around the house? Think about your normal daily routine. When you roll out of bed, are you making it? Do you help clear the plates after dinner, or maybe take out the trash? Or are you kind of just waiting around for someone else to do all of that while you go off and play? Just keep your own habits in the back of your mind as we walk through this story.
Now, let's raise the stakes a little bit. What would you do if your parents suddenly fell ill? Picture it. The people who normally do absolutely everything for you, the cooking, the cleaning, the organizing, suddenly just couldn't get out of bed. It's a pretty terrifying thought, right? Suddenly, your whole safety net is just gone. Well, this exact dramatic situation is what sets the stage for our story today.
Which brings us to Rohan. Rohan is a fun-loving kid living in this incredibly beautiful, quiet little village. He loves to laugh, he loves playing, and he absolutely loves his free time. But, well, he has a bit of a flaw, and it's about to become a huge problem. He is famously lazy. When it comes to chores or pitching in around the house, Rohan literally does whatever it takes to avoid the work.
To put it into perspective, every single day, Rohan's parents are pushing themselves to the absolute limit. His mom is tirelessly cooking in a sweltering kitchen, managing the whole house, while his dad is out doing backbreaking physical labor in the fields just to put food on their table. And what's Rohan doing? He's glued to his phone, just swiping away, playing games for hours on end, completely disconnected from all the exhausting work happening right in front of him.
Whenever his mom would gently call out to him, saying something like, "Rohan, could you please help me out just a little bit?" he had this automatic reflex response. "I'll do it later. I'm busy right now." Busy? Busy doing what? Playing mobile games, obviously. Now, look, we've all probably used an excuse kinda like this at least once, right? But for Rohan, this wasn't a one-off. This was literally his answer every single day. But here's the thing. A house can't run on empty forever. The situation at home was about to take a really serious turn. By day one, his dad is running on fumes, completely drained from carrying the whole physical burden alone. Day two rolls around, and the inevitable happens. His mom, totally overworked and exhausted, falls seriously ill and is stuck in bed. And by day three, total, absolute household chaos.
With his mom sick, the impact on the family hits like a freight train. There's zero food prep for them to eat. Without anyone doing the daily upkeep, the house just instantly becomes this dirty, disorganized mess. His dad is completely exhausted trying to juggle his demanding farm work and this sudden crisis at home. And Rohan? Well, for the very first time, he isn't playing his games. He drops the phone. He's actually experiencing real, deep fear. Seeing his mom sick makes him realize the entire foundation of his life is crumbling.
And this brings us to a super heavy emotional turning point. Rohan looks around at this messy house, and it just hits him like a ton of bricks. He asks himself, why didn't I help them? They always work so hard for me. This is rock bottom for him. He actually breaks down in tears. The sheer guilt of ignoring his hardworking parents, of brushing them off for a video game, it all completely washes over him.
But right then, in that dark moment of tears and guilt, something truly beautiful happens. His exhausted dad walks over. And you know what? He doesn't yell at Rohan. He doesn't lecture him about being lazy. Instead, he just offers this incredibly profound, gentle advice. "My son, family runs on mutual help." What an amazing thing to say. It's not about one person silently carrying the whole load. It's about supporting each other as a team. And that single sentence, that is the exact moment a switch flips in Rohan's mind.
Right then and there, Rohan decides to step up. He completely rewires his routine. Step 1, he starts waking up early. No more sleeping in while everyone else works. Step 2, he marches in and scrubs down the kitchen. Step 3, he heads out to haul the heavy water back to the house. And finally, step 4, he actually goes out and helps his dad in the fields. He goes from being a spectator in his own home to a kid of serious action and responsibility.
Now, let's be real, change is hard. That first day of chores was brutal. His hands were probably sore, he was exhausted, and honestly, he probably didn't do a perfect job. But he didn't quit. He stuck with it. He learned how to do the work. And the craziest part of the whole story, he actually started enjoying it. He realized that by doing this hard work, he was actively showing love and support for his family.
Because Rohan took on that burden, an amazing shift happens in the house. Giving his mom the time to actually rest means she slowly starts recovering from her illness. Eventually, she gets out of bed, walks out of her room, and she is just stunned by what she sees. She's looking at a completely transformed, incredibly responsible Rohan. She sees the spotless kitchen, the fresh water, and her son working hard. She sees a boy who stepped up when his family needed him the absolute most.
Just imagine that scene. Her eyes fill with tears, but this time, it's not from exhaustion. It's absolute joy and pure pride. She looks at him, seeing this massive shift, and just says, "My son has grown up." The mobile games, the lame excuses, the laziness, that was all in the past now. He proved his maturity and his love, not with words, but through his daily actions.
And the best part is, this wasn't just some temporary one-day fix. Rohan permanently changed his habits. He now actively prioritizes his family over his games every single time. And his actions didn't just stay a secret inside his house. Word actually spread. He earns the praise of the entire village, getting known everywhere as a truly good child. He found his ultimate reward, not by getting a high score on a phone, but by having a happy family and the genuine respect of his community.
As we wrap up Rohan's journey, let's really distill the big takeaways here. First, our parents work incredibly hard for us, often completely behind the scenes, where we don't even notice. Second, even the tiniest bit of help is a huge deal to them. It lifts a massive weight off their shoulders. Third, household chores aren't just one person's job, they are a shared responsibility for everyone living under that roof. And lastly, helping out isn't just about checking off a to-do list, it's about making your family bond that much stronger.
Which brings us to the most important question of this whole explainer, and I want you all watching to really think about this. How will you help your parents today? What small chore, what quick act of kindness, or what responsibility can you take on right now to show them that you care and that you're part of the team? Seriously, think about it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay curious and remember to keep helping each other out.